Anthony face-to-face. Fury just looking to try and get his forehead bearing down on Usyk and impose himself on him, impose that physical.
What's up, fight fans? Welcome everybody to my channel. This is Johnny, and today we're going to be going over the statistics that nobody talks about when mentioning Oleksandr Usyk. Guys, everybody knows that there is a huge fight coming up May 18th. It is for the undisputed heavyweight world title between Usyk and Fury. So today I thought it'd be fun to go over Usyk's resume. Sort of, what have you done for us lately? We're going to be dissecting his last 10 fights. We're going to be tallying up some statistics, focusing on his opponent's win-loss record, and we're going to talk about his strength of schedule. Who has he been fighting? What's his path been like to get him to May 18th? And we're going to come up with the percentage based on the win-loss of those opponents. Some of the better-known facts about Usyk that a lot of you guys already know. He is undefeated. He's 21-0 with 14 knockouts. That gives him a career 67% knockout to win ratio. A very impressive stat about Usyk is he was already the undisputed cruiserweight champion a few years ago. Also, this is the same guy who in the amateurs fought Sean Porter. So to think or to say that he's grown into or growing into his skills would definitely be an understatement. He currently resides as the #1 heavyweight in the world. That undisputed title we spoke about is on the line because Fury has the WBC belt, but Usyk owns the IBF, IBO, WBO, and WBA heavyweight strap. So whoever wins gets all of them. Usyk is 6'3". He's a southpaw with a 78-inch reach. He is 37 years old, and he is from the Ukraine, but he resides in California. When we look back at his last 10, we're going to start with the Michael Hunter fight, and we're going to finish with the Dubois fight. Now, if you're new to the channel, how we're going to tally these statistics will be as such. When he fought Briedis was 23-0. After Briedis lost to Usyk, he was then 23-1. But we add up his opponent's win-loss record on the night that they fought each other. So Briedis was definitely an undefeated opponent. If we rewind the clock all the way back to Hunter, Hunter was 12-0, UD in the 12th. Huck, 40-4, knockout in the 10th. Briedis, 23-0, majority decision in the 12th. Gassiev, 26-0, UD in the 12th. Bellew, 30-2, knockout in the 8th. Witherspoon, 38-3, knockout in the 7th. Chisora, 32-9, UD 12. AJ, 24-1, UD 12. The rematch with Joshua, 24-2, split decision in the 12th. And then Dubois, 19-1, knockout in the 9th. Let's grab our calculators. Let's add these up. The tally will be 268 wins versus only 22 losses, which gives Usyk a 92% strength of schedule, which is one of the highest of all the fighters we've done so far. At this stage of the game, Usyk had a storied amateur career. He didn't turn pro until late. This is what a lot of people in Europe do. A lot of fighters think Lomachenko. These guys get a lot of recognition fighting for their country. Thus, they turn pro at a little bit of a later age in comparison to the Americans. In his last 10, he's 10-0, 4 knockouts. He's beaten 3 undefeated fighters. And something that's really impressive to me was that aforementioned career as a cruiserweight. And if you look what he's done at both cruiser and heavy, his legacy is being cemented as one of the greatest to ever do it, especially if he could get through Fury. When I look back at his last 10, a fight that I want to dissect a little bit more is that first fight at heavyweight when he went from cruiser to fight Chaz Witherspoon. Chaz was 38-3, and he did get knocked out in the 7th. Let's dissect that fight a little bit closer. And we're going to rewind the clock back to October of 2019. The headlines read, Oleksandr Usyk stops Chaz Witherspoon to win heavyweight debut. Usyk's hands were brilliant on that night in Chicago. He landed punches at will, and he literally forced his opponent Witherspoon to no longer to continue. The victory was a textbook debut in the heavyweight division for Usyk. The year prior, he became the undisputed cruiserweight champion by winning the World Boxing Super Series. He immediately signaled his intention to become just the third boxer ever to add a heavyweight world title to his cruiserweight gold, and we know he accomplished that. And if he beats Fury, he's going to be an undisputed heavyweight champion, which is quite impressive. On the night he fought Witherspoon, Usyk was nearly 2.5 stone lighter than his opponent, and it showed, but it also gave himself extra speed and his feet as he glided in and out of range. That's the thing about Usyk. He has the skills of a smaller fighter, but at heavyweight, he packs a punch just as well. It's going to be interesting if he's going to be able to solve the problem of Fury's height and just his overall size. Only time will tell. In the fight with Witherspoon, his left hand from the southpaw stance began to slip through Witherspoon's guard after a few rounds of just finding his timing. There were a couple early rounds of feeling out process, but by the fourth, you started to see Usyk open up. Witherspoon on the night of the fight was 38 years old. He did replace Tyrone Spong on late notice, and Spong was coming from MMA kickboxing. Tyrone Spong had a storied kickboxing career, but if you remember, he had a brutal compound fracture in the leg and he had to transition into boxing, but that night he couldn't fight either, so Witherspoon got the nod. Usyk's movement began to drown Witherspoon, who just could not keep up. The Ukrainian was able to land shots at will in the 6th round. The referee considered stopping the fight, but didn't. In the 7th, Usyk hunted for the knockout, landing a barrage of unanswered shots. Witherspoon remained upright, but wilted back to his stool and could not get up. So guys, going into May 18th, what do you think about this matchup? Do you think that the 6'3" Usyk is going to be able to figure out the 6'7" frame of Fury? Some people say Fury's 6'9", but watching him square up against Ngannou, he looked more about 6'7". Either way, who do you got going into that fight, Usyk or Fury? Also, guys, if you want me to do a statistical breakdown of one of your favorite fighters or an upcoming fight or past fight, let me know in the comment section below.